Once again, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Village of Mount Prospect and the Special Events Commission, I want to extend a heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you. It is wonderful to see so many familiar faces, as well as many new neighbors joining us tonight for their first time. Each year, the Shining Star Gala is a chance to celebrate our village and the wonderful people who make it what it is. Tonight, we are honoring 10 amazing individuals whom have been chosen as the best of 2024. On that note, I would like to recognize any past Shining Star winners. If you can possibly stand if you like, I would love to recognize you. I know we have many in our, many. Thank you. I also would like to recognize our Special Event Commission. They are here throughout. They were shy last year, didn't want to stand. But if you could stand, you guys are very hardworking individuals, and I want to thank you guys for doing all that you do for this event. Anybody standing? I can't see. Our sponsors, we were privileged to have gold, silver, and bronze sponsors. We would like to thank them for sponsoring the Shining Star Gala along with other events that we do throughout the year. Your support has played a key role in the success of all of our events, so thank you. And of course, we truly appreciate your participation. We'd like to thank the gold sponsors at this time: HQ Residence, Mount Prospect Lions Club, Nicholas and Associates, Peterson Roofing, and of course on your little rack cards are listed our silver and bronze sponsors. Please take a look at those. I also like to thank Purple Rose for providing the flowers on the tables tonight. They did a wonderful job. I like to, yes, they're amazing. I'd like to thank our photographers too. They go above and beyond. Make sure you get your photos taken tonight. They do a great job. Thanks, Mike and Mike. Mike and Mike. I also like to thank our venue and all the hard work that they have put in tonight to make this such a beautiful place to host our events. I wish everybody a wonderful evening, and I hope you enjoy everything. Next up is our wonderful mayor, Mayor Paul Holford.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Paul Holford, the Mayor of Mount Prospect, and on behalf of your village board, I welcome you to our Shining Star Gala. You know, we have such a beautiful setting here, and it's going to be a grand evening. And as already been said, many thanks to our Special Events Commission, our generous donors and sponsors, and Crystal Palace Banquets. And isn't it good to be among so many friends? Yeah. Before I begin my formal comments, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence for a remarkable member of our community and a friend to so many, Janice Farley, who passed away 2 weeks ago. Janice was the spouse of Skip Farley, our former mayor. However, Janice was a true force under her own. She was also a giver. She generously gave of her time and her talent to the community. She gave generously to her family. She gave generously to so many of us who knew her and called her a friend. Janice helped to start the Shining Star Gala 32 years ago and was honored with a Shining Star herself in 2015. She was very special. There is no doubt that the heart and soul of our village are the people of our community. We have been blessed with so many community-oriented people who provide help and care and selfless service to others on a regular basis. These people give freely of their time, their talent, their knowledge, their emotional support, and their resources in support of others. Helping others in a time of need, helping others move their lives forward, lifting others to new heights, or simply bridging a gap for someone who needs a helping hand at a point in time, providing opportunities that some would never have otherwise. Some have even given the gift of life through organ donations. Over the years, we've actually honored 2 people who gave organs to save the lives of another. One gave a kidney to her best friend, and the other gave his kidney to his spouse of 50 years. Both were selfless acts which saved the lives of the receiving people. I estimate that over the past 32 years, we have honored well over 300 Mount Prospect citizens, businesses, and community organizations for their kind-hearted giving efforts. After 32 years, you would think that you would run out of people and acts to honor. Not so. Those acts continue to occur each and every day in our great village. I have attended all 32 events, Gala events, and as I was preparing my comments for this evening, I thought back over those 32 years and was reminded of so many Mount Prospect citizens and organizations who were honored as shining stars. I'm reminded of Jack and Helen Kiefer, who many years ago opened their home to a young family in their neighborhood who had experienced a bad fire and needed somewhere to live while they were rebuilding. I remember a young couple who were honored as shining stars for fostering, adopting, and providing a loving home and a family environment and a beacon of hope for 8 children. And that night, all 8 children were on this stage. I recall a good friend of mine in scouting, Bob Huser, who was honored for giving 40 years to Mount Prospect Scout Troop 23, 14 of those years as Scoutmaster, providing opportunities for countless young people to go camping, backpacking, canoeing, and a chance to earn their Eagle rank. And coincidentally, tonight we're going to honor Troop 23's newest Scoutmaster. Sometimes help comes just when you exactly need it. Like the time a man who was at home when his next door neighbor's house caught fire and was quickly engulfed in flames. That man, with no regard for his well-being, ran into that burning house, pulled his neighbor to safety, and saved his neighbor's life. I think of Paul Carlstead, who raised funds to buy a used 1974 Dodge Monaco and then proceeded to lead the project to repaint and to outfit that Dodge Monaco to look just like the former police car that Elwood and Jake drove in the Blues Brothers movie. We all know that famous line in the movie when Jake asks Elwood where he got the car, and Elwood says, "I picked it up at the Mount Prospect police auction." They were practically giving them away. We don't do that anymore, I swear. That one line in that iconic movie put Mount Prospect on the national scene. Today, that same car is the centerpiece of our 4th of July parades and numerous community events throughout the year. As an aside, I think we should all definitely thank our lucky stars that they did not mention the village of Mount Prospect in the movie Animal House. One key takeaway from all of this is that touching people through caring and compassionate acts has an exponential and indelible impact on the lives of other people. If you've seen It's a Wonderful Life, you know that's true. As I say each year, people helping people is what life is all about. And at the core, that is what the Shining Star Awards are all about as well. Recognizing those in Mount Prospect, citizens, businesses, organizations who put others before themselves, those who have gone out of their way to help others or help their community with no expectation of any benefit coming back to them. They simply do what they do for others in the name of lending a helping hand and contributing to the greater good. Tonight, 8 people and a Congregations Garden Club who have given from the heart and exemplify our village's motto, where friendliness is a way of life, will join the ranks of our shining stars. A huge congratulations to all of tonight's honorees, and many thanks to all of you for being here to help us celebrate our shining stars. Enjoy your evening. And now, I'd like to introduce Pastor Dan Schwick from Grace Lutheran, who will deliver our invocation.
Thank you, Your Honor. Let us pray. Gracious and loving God, we gather to celebrate those who have contributed in special ways to the welfare of people and institutions in our community. We give you thanks for all of those who contributed. We thank you for the country that we live in, the place that we have the opportunity to live out our dreams, to rise to become helpers for other people who are in need. We are surrounded every day by people who need what we have to give. And we give you thanks that you have given us so many gifts to share with others. We remember this evening those who live with not enough to eat, not a place to live, shelter, a roof over their homes, over their lives. We ask you to continue to open our hearts as individuals and as a community to care for all those in need now and always. We ask you to be present with us as we celebrate the caring community that is Mount Prospect. And we ask you to bless this time and the food that we are about to eat. We give you thanks for all those who have contributed to bring this food to our tables. We pray all this in the name of your love for the world, for the whole creation. Amen.
Good evening, and thank you for being here tonight to honor the Mount Prospect 2024 to 2024 to 2025 Shining Star Awards. My name is Chris Gordon, and I grew up on Ioka Street. If you grew up on Ioka Street, let me hear you. On Willie Street, on Maple Street, on Albert Street, let me hear you. If you went to Prospect High School, let me hear you. If you're part of the Marching Knights of the Prospect High School, thank you for coming. We would like to kick off the evening by honoring those who so bravely fought for our country. Mount Prospect is blessed to have an active American Legion and VFW post that is nationally recognized, and they are hosting their own gala coming up on April 5th to celebrate 100 years of VFW Post 1337. So now, we begin with the Star-Spangled Banner Award. This award recognizes a resident who demonstrates pride in America through service, attitude, and commitment. This individual has assisted this country or veteran in some meaningful way.
My name is Casey Bachara, and I am a resident of Mount Prospect since 1977.
After a long career of working for AT&T and serving in our military, Casey found another way to contribute to his community.
Now, the Adopt a Sailor program goes back to World War II, and that's where Navy personnel from Great Lakes at Thanksgiving were more or less brought into private homes, and they were given a holiday Thanksgiving dinner. So a bunch of us guys, we got together. We decided, let's go for it. We contacted the Navy, and we started off by bringing in 50 Navy recruits. They didn't have access to payphones and computers and stuff like this. All their contact was letter writing.
Before there was digital technology, Casey used his skills and past connections at AT&T to help all the sailors reach their loved ones.
The manager allowed me to get whatever I needed to set up a phone bank for the sailors. So basically, he got the order for the telephone service. Other people were involved with like the food, whatever else took place, the entertainment.
One of the most rewarding parts of the program is giving parents across the country some joy and peace of mind.
We got a letter back from a lady in California. She saw we had Channel 9 evidently on, and she was shopping, and all of a sudden in the store, it was a furniture store or something like that, she saw her son on TV. She found out where it came from and sent us a note how happy we made her day to be able to see her son on Thanksgiving being cared for by people in another state, you know.
For 25 years, Casey and his fellow veterans have treated new Navy recruits like family, while Casey himself has his own family to be thankful for.
First of all, I would like to say that thanking my family and the village here for this great honor. Both my spouse and my family, my children, my grandchildren have always been behind me, especially being a member of the American Legion and the VFW. It takes away a lot of time from family, but they've always been very supportive of me, and I appreciate that.
And the winner of the 2024 Star-Spangled Banner Award, Casey Bachara.
And it's my honor to introduce Casey Bachara, who just won the Star-Spangled Banner Award. Congratulations.
I thank you and really appreciate this event. I was a little humbled by the choice, but I guess it is what it is.
It is what it is. First, I want to start by thanking you for your service of so many years.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And I know you're a member of the VFW 1337 here in Mount Prospect.
Yes, I am, and the VFW, well, the VFW 1337 and the American Legion 525.
Right. And I know we really want to hear a little bit more about your Adopt a Sailor program as well.
Well, my Adopt a Sailor program goes back 25 years ago. And that's when I joined the American Legion. And we were putting together, an event. So a bunch of us guys, we got together and talked about the Adopt a Sailor program, and before you know, a bunch of us got together and we took on different roles. Sure. At that time, I did photography, I did the newspaper, and there was something else. But we all kind of got together and just did what we had to do to get the job done. Yeah. And then it really went over great. And then I transferred after about 7-8 years, I transferred to Morton Grove. And I spent about 14 years there. We didn't have the event there. So some of my buddies that transferred over also, we got together and we started it up there. And it really went well with the village, the mayor, and the camaraderie. I've always been very fortunate working with a bunch of great guys, and I should say male and female veterans. Sure. I mean, no matter what post I was at, I then transferred to Mount Prospect, and that was just prior to pandemic, which shut things down. And then after the pandemic, the Navy opened the doors again. So then got new guys, some of the guys that transferred with me, but it's everybody working together. It's not one person, it's teamwork. And we got a great team. We really have a great team. I can't think of more. I would say probably 90% of my friends are veterans, and we just clash together, work together, and get the job done. I mean, and it's something we all enjoy. The Adopt a Sailor program. In fact, the Navy now, each year, they contact me. Are you still in? Yes, we are, And the other great event that I enjoy is Poppy Days. I enjoy being out there on the street, and all these funds go to helping the needy veterans. Sure. So it's kind of like giving back to the younger recruits, thanking them for their service, taking care of the needy, and I don't know, it's my motivation that keeps me going, but really it's everybody that I'm working with. I got great buddies, both male, female, as far as camaraderie goes. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Well, it's certainly your kind and giving attitude that makes you a very special person, not only today, the night of your Shining Star Award, but all throughout the year. So we thank you very much.
I appreciate that. Thank you, too.
Thank you, Casey.
All right.
We are honored to present next the Unsung Hero Awards. This award recognizes a person in our community who goes beyond the volunteer role expected of them, takes on multiple tasks without expecting recognition, and helps whenever a hand is needed. The village of Mount Prospect is a better place because of this individual.
My name is Caryn Davidson, and I have lived in Mount Prospect for just over 18 years.
Caryn collaborated with other residents through social media to run their very own holiday gift donating operation.
So we just wrapped up our 7th year of Mount Prospect Neighbors Help for the Holidays. This is a strictly grassroots, locals helping local families. We're not affiliated with any kind of organization. And it started 7 years ago when families were posting on the Mount Prospect Neighbors group asking for help with diapers, asking for help with groceries. And, a couple of us got to thinking, what if maybe people need help with Christmas? I had this idea. I put out a post saying, what do people think? Would people be interested in doing something like this? And I got a large amount of comments saying, resoundingly, yes, we'd love to help. We want to, we'd love to keep it local. We built it all almost entirely on Google Drive. So we have a Google form that the families sign up on, and then we ask them to sign their kids up for a want, need, or wear, and a read. And then we ask for people to donate any amount of money or buy a gift in that category. We try to keep the categories limited to $25 each. And we've had anywhere from 19 to 29 families over the course of the 7 years. So we've had anywhere from like 55 to 77 kids, which is what we had this year. I think that was our most kids ever. And then we meet at OHI, which is a home kitchen design showroom. And they have been so generous the last 5 years in lending us their space and contributing gift cards to the project and everything. And it's an amazing space. And we have successfully brought giant bags of gifts to all of these families and helped ensure that these kids have a great holiday.
For Caryn, the best part of this annual project is seeing the enthusiasm of neighbors helping neighbors.
The volunteers all love it. Everybody says every year how amazing they feel amazing to have contributed to something, and they love that it's local, that they're helping families, in their own town and in their area. And then from the families themselves, they're usually just eternally grateful. They don't expect to be delivered 2 huge blue bags of presents when they were, not even knowing how they were going to make Christmas happen. So it's been really remarkable, and it's rewarding, and that's why we keep doing it, because everybody is so appreciative. This may have been my idea, and I may be the chairperson, but I definitely do not do it alone. It takes a village, and I have a team of about 6 or 7 people that are on my sounding board, and I want to make sure that they are acknowledged and that there's no way I could do it without any of them.
And the winner of the 2024 Unsung Hero Award is none other than Caryn Davidson.
We have Caryn Davidson, who just won the Unsung Hero Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about all your volunteerism and everything you've given back to Mount Prospect?
Sure. We run a program called Mount Prospect Neighbors Help for the Holidays, and we basically make sure that families in need have Christmas. We have them sign up. We don't track whether they're documented or not. We make sure that everybody gets help, and we deliver gifts to anywhere from 55 to 77 kids. Wow. Every year, and we've been doing it since 2018.
Well, that sounds like a massive undertaking. This can't be something that you do on your own.
I definitely do not do it on my own. It was my idea, but I have a team of people that have been helping from the beginning, and they're amazing. And I definitely want to make sure that they are acknowledged, but I don't want to give names because I don't want to forget anybody.
Well, I can't imagine the amount of organization and detail and time and passion and energy that goes into this.
It's a lot for about 2 months, but we have it down to a science now. We utilize Google Drive to its fullest, and we just have to copy things from year to year now, and we have it down, and it's great. And I want to give a shout out to OHI, the kitchen design showroom, because they've been lending us their space for 5 years, nice. And I don't know how we would do it without them.
There's so many nice people and giving people in Mount Prospect. Clearly, you run a tight ship over there, and why do you do it?
We just do it, and we just thought there were people in need, and we started doing it. I mean, there's no other reason, just to help out neighbors.
Yeah, that's really nice. Congratulations, well deserved.
Thank you.
Our next category is the Inclusivity Award. This award recognizes a person or organization who prioritizes making others feel safe and included in our community. This person works tirelessly to make sure that all are provided with the same opportunities to enjoy life in Mount Prospect.
My name is Mike Folkers. I've been a part of Mount Prospect my whole life. In fact, my mother grew up here as well, so we've been part of Mount Prospect, my family, since before 1938.
After coaching and managing his daughter's soccer team, Mike sought a way to bring that passion to those not normally included in team sports.
Top Soccer is a U.S. youth soccer program. and different clubs and different entities across the United States start these programs. And I wanted to start this program with Green-White Soccer. Green-White has a lot of programs, and they're very good about reaching out to everybody from recreational soccer players all the way up to they have an over 40 and even older people that play soccer. So the one area that they did not have was something for kids that want to play soccer, but maybe they, because of intellectual, cognitive disabilities or emotional issues, they are not able to be on a team. Top Soccer was started with a bunch of people at Green-White, myself included. It really runs on the dedication of not only myself and the other coaches, but also the young buddy volunteers that help the other players out there. So we have at any given time, 15 to 25 youth, albeit all the way down to 8 years old, all the way up to college-age kids that come out to help out. There's been kids that the first day they come here, they don't want to touch a soccer ball, and they keep making progress, and eventually by the end, they're one of our star players, and they're out there kicking the ball, and they're just happy to come out and play and be part of a team. For these youth, Top Soccer isn't just a recreational sports program, but a space where everyone can find friendship and belonging. We have one player who has Down syndrome, and he goes to Prospect High School in the special education program. And I had heard from his mother that when he was there, that all of a sudden they were lining up and going through the hallway, and he had seen something, and he ran over and gave this other boy just walking the hallways a big hug, and the teacher was very confused on what was happening, and the boy said, "Don't worry, he's my buddy from Top Soccer." So it was really rewarding for somebody at Prospect that probably would never be, talking to another person at Prospect, to just know them, and that buddy just being so proud to give him a big hug back. It's just really rewarding to not only to the players at Top Soccer, but also the buddies that can, be able to be connected with these other players that maybe they would not be otherwise.
The winner of the 2024 Inclusivity Award, Michael Falkers.
Wait, we have one more. One more.
Mike is the guy I talked about. He's the scoutmaster of Troop 23 as well.
And Michael Falkers just won the Inclusivity Award. Congratulations. What a beautiful award that is.
Thank you so much.
We'd love to hear a little bit more about Top Soccer and your background in Mount Prospect and why you do everything that you do.
So yeah, I've been part of Mount Prospect my whole life. In fact, my mom actually grew up in Mount Prospect in the Triangle neighborhood. My grandfather built a house on William Street. And I've been part of Prospect High School, the marching band. And as I grew older, I stayed in the community. When my daughter was young, I started working with Green-White Soccer. She worked all the way through when she was 19 years old and aged out. I learned about a program that Illinois, or actually U.S. Youth Soccer starts, which is a Top Soccer program, which is a program for kids with special needs, disabilities, cognitive issues, and even emotional issues, to let them have a place that they can actually play soccer. A lot of them have brothers and sisters that are on travel programs or even rec programs, and they just need a place to play. So with me and the other coaches and Green-White Soccer, we all put together a program and have youth help come in and be buddies with them and help them throughout the program in the practices and do a lot of things that maybe their brothers or sisters or things that they see on TV, just a place for them to play soccer.
It sounds like a huge undertaking. Takes a village. How do you actually make this happen?
So Green White's a great resource for me. They all help me. A lot of the buddies that we have, and I can't do it without the youth buddies, and we have youth buddies that are down to 8 years old all the way up through college, and even adults come out and help out. And with that, it makes it a little bit easier for me, and I have a couple coaches, Coach Kenzie and Coach Cara.
You're only one person.
Yeah, so they do help out a lot, and they are able to help us out run the program and make it run as smooth as possible. Obviously, you have to kind of roll with the punches, and some kids, they show up the first day and they don't want to do anything, but with the help of the buddies, they make it feel more at home and are able to help them feel like they can just go out and play and be themselves.
It's clear what the youth get out of this, and what they're able to, appreciate and take away from this. And tell me a little bit about what you take away from this personally.
I can't say enough.
I can only imagine.
I don't have any special needs. I'm a mechanical engineer by trade. I saw this program, I said it was pretty neat, and I opened up my mouth and said I'm going to start this. After the first session, I was stressing out about this for 9 months, but once I got out there and I saw these kids and they just enjoyed it so much that they had a place to go out and play, they can put on the jersey, they can feel like they're part of a club, and it just, every time, before the season you feel like, yeah, it's a lot of work or something like that, and you kind of sigh and you get through it, but once you have that first practice, you can't turn back. I mean, these kids are wonderful. They make you smile, you walk away, and just are so happy.
Yeah, I'm sure they bring to you what you bring to them as well. So thank you. We thank you for Mount Prospect, and thank you for all your kindness and your time and your passion that you put into this program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next is a Community Partner Award. This award recognizes a business in Mount Prospect that has gone out of its way to be a good neighbor and member of the local business community. The generosity, hard work, and contributions of this business makes Mount Prospect a better place to live, work, and visit.
My name is Bill Nee, and I've lived in Mount Prospect for 27 years.
For 8 years, Bill has enjoyed running his law practice on Prospect Avenue thanks to his wonderful team.
It's just great to have a job where you go and you like to be around the people that you have. We've got Ann and Danielle and Jackson, and we had Penny before, and we've got some great interns through the high school School District 214 program. It's just fun because we have a lot of fun at work. We work hard, but we also laugh a lot. So it's a real blessing to have people to go to work with every day who you like to be around. It's like going to work with your friends, which is great.
Besides serving the legal needs of residents around town, Bill's team has gone above and beyond to support local artists.
I have zero artistic ability myself, but I do love artwork, so I do find it fascinating to talk to artists about what their processes are and to understand how they do it. So one of the things that we've done in our office is to kind of invite local artists to come display their work, and that turned into kind of at the suggestion of Ann Granato, who works with me. Why don't we open this up, and then we'll support the artists by having receptions for them where they can invite their friends and family and art lovers in town to kind of view their work and maybe sell some of it. So that's been a fun experience for us, and we get to meet lots of new people as part of that process. And we just love having cool artwork in the office to look at while we're working.
Bill says his favorite part of supporting local artists and events is meeting new people and bringing community members together.
I kind of love the music fix because you get to go to all the different places in town and you get to see all the people that that are out enjoying the music, and it's something that I think everybody looks forward to in town every year. And the little bit that we've had to do with it were a couple of art shows that also sort of were combined with the music theme, and it's just fun to meet lots of people. The small bit that we do is involves inviting people from the community in and inviting them to enjoy, beautiful artwork, and, inviting people to meet one another. And Mount Prospect's the kind of place where if you put on an event like that, you get support from your neighbors. It's just that kind of place. That's what makes it easy to be here in town and running a business.
And the winner of the 2024 Community Partner Award is Bill Nee, the Nee Law Firm.
And congratulations to Bill Nee from the Community Partner Award and your law firm, Bill Nee Law Firm.
Thanks very much. It's a real great honor to get the award, and it's a great night so far. We're having a great time.
Yes, me too. So from what I understand, you are certainly a homegrown law firm that services Mount Prospect, but you do it in a special way. Tell me what makes you so special.
I mean, it's easy to do it around here because, it's such a friendly town that all you have to do is open up your doors to people in town, and they come in and you make friends, and word gets around. We like to kind of support local artists, and that's kind of one of the things that we do fairly regularly, and it's just a great way to get people together in town. So that's kind of the our little piece of the community.
So you're not only an expert in law, and you, and you are kind and have opened doors to those in the community, but I know that you're also very involved in a lot of organizations in Mount Prospect and helpful to them as well. Can you give me a couple ideas of things that you do?
So I am a member of the Board of Police and Fire Commissioners, which has been a great experience working with great people and watching how the community supports our first responders in town, and just getting an understanding of how they operate. It's great, super professional operations, and I just like to be involved and get to see a little bit of how it all works. So that's one thing that I do devote a little bit of time to. And then I am on the board at the Frisbee Senior Center in town, and it's technically in Des Plaines, but definitely not limited to Des Plaines residents. It's open to everyone.
Are you a Frisbee expert as well?
No, but also it's not just for seniors. It's kind of, we're trying to make it a multi-generational kind of a place, open to the community, and getting the wisdom from the older folks, sharing it with the younger folks.
Absolutely.
So that's been really rewarding. And let me think of what else. I've been a part of the Lemons of Love board, which has been really great. Jill Swanson in town, who kind of founded the organization, is a magnificent fundraiser and a big-hearted person, and just really does a lot of great things for people going through difficult times. And I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but
that's okay. It's nice to have a friendly face and an expert in the law community here in Mount Prospect. So we thank you for your kindness and everything you give to the community.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, Bill.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Will Olga Dabrowski please stand up? I think she's over there. Olga is Miss Mount Prospect. Let me clarify that. She's competing to be Miss Mount Prospect, which is part of the Miss Illinois competition, and we wanted to celebrate that tonight. So thank you, Olga.
I would love to welcome Miss Mount Prospect, Olga, to our Shining Star Awards of 2024. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
Well, congratulations on your award of Miss Mount Prospect. Can you tell me a little bit about the journey of becoming Miss Mount Prospect?
Well, it all started when I was scouted back in residency a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, to be a model for jewelry. And so for Sabika Jewelry, I was on their magazine as well as in their fashion show. And since then, I've had a passion for fashion, and that's why I decided to run for Miss USA, now currently as Miss Mount Prospect.
Well, you certainly do have a passion for fashion, but I know that there's a little bit more to you than that. I know you have a wonderful career, and you're very grounded here in Mount Prospect.
Yes, so I am a prosthodontist. This is a dental specialist, so I can take care of all of our community's needs in terms of dentures, implants, and beautiful smiles.
Well, we all need that here in Mount Prospect. Do you have any particular hobbies or passions?
Recently, I started snorkeling, so I would say that's one of my most recent endeavors. Very fun.
Terrific. Well, congratulations. You
Thank
look
you.
wonderful, and we're happy to have you as Miss Mount Prospect.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
Olga.
great night.
You too.
Now we're thrilled at this time to present the Best Neighbor Award. The award recognizes a resident or residents of Mount Prospect who exemplify the meaning of being good neighbors. A good neighbor is someone who you can always rely on, who makes those around them feel part of the community.
I'm Rachel Leiner,
I'm Manolo, Wrede.
and we've lived in Mount Prospect for 24 years.
Rachel and Manolo's relationship to their neighbors has always been one of mutual support.
Honestly, I think we could probably talk more about how the neighbors help us. We are so fortunate to live in such an amazing neighborhood and have such wonderful neighbors. They've helped us in so many ways. When the kids were little, we dog sat for them and they dog sat for us. And we were working, they would pick the kids up from school for us, or anytime that we need to borrow a tool. One of our neighbors is a veritable tool lending library.
I think that one of the things that I would emphasize or highlight of Rachel is helping neighbors in terms of, for example, snow blowing. You know, she has been an inspiration for the family. You know, myself. You know, seeing her. Realizing that some people need help, that they couldn't do it themselves. So she was the first one to say, I'm gonna do this, and then, you know, maybe I join, or our son, daughter. So that, I think that has been like a great model for us and for other neighbors.
Their bond with their neighbors began as many of ours do, through the lives of their children.
One of our neighbors, for example, we met because we took the kids to play at Fairview Park, and they took their kids to play at Fairview Park, and so we just started hanging out and talking in the way that neighbors do. And then over time, our kids became friends and we spent more time together. Even though our kids are now a good bit older and are off doing their own thing, we still stay in touch and we get together for dinner or barbecues, that kind of thing.
For me, everything is connected to how much fun the kids were having, participating in extracurricular activity, or just, you know, spending some time just having fun.
To Rachel and Manolo, these friendships are what make Mount Prospect a perfect place to call home.
All those memories, I think that kind of like affirm that we love, you know, and that we were welcome in the community.
We both I think Manolo would agree, that all of the folks that nominated us and really all of our neighbors are so deserving of sharing this award with us.
And the winners of the 2024 Best Neighbor Award, Rachel Leiner and Manolo, Wrede.
And we have our Best Neighbor Awards here to Rachel and Manolo. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I would love to have you as my neighbor. I read all about what you do, but I'd love you to give me a little bit of an idea of what makes you so extraordinary as a neighbor.
I think that usually we are, friendly to other people. We are there, our friends know that they can count on us, for anything, related to kids, pets. So it's always, our house is open to any help that anyone can need, know.
Can you tell me some of the things that you do that are really above and beyond a typical neighbor?
I mean, honestly, I can't really think of anything that's above and beyond because we live in such a great neighborhood and we have such amazing neighbors that we always all help each other out, whether that's snow blowing for each other, whoever wakes up first and gets out there with the snowblower, or taking care of each other's dogs, or checking in on somebody to make sure they're okay or make sure their house is okay while they're out of town. So, and we're just, all of our neighbors are amazing, and we're just really fortunate to live where we do.
I hear that all the time because Mount Prospect is just the best place to live and work. But I think that in a time where sometimes people don't even know their neighbors and they're strangers, it's really nice to have neighbors who are kind and giving and helpful and know that they're there in a pinch. So I'm sure that your neighbors appreciate you, and I'm sure that you appreciate your neighbors as well. So thank you so much for all that you give to the community of Mount Prospect.
Thank you so much.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we are pleased to present the Exceptional Youth Award. This award recognizes a young person who has shown outstanding leadership and motivation to improve the quality of life in the community. This person will be a proud representation of Mount Prospect wherever they go.
My name is Wrede, and I've lived in Mount Prospect my whole life, so 16 years.
Brock has had several commitments throughout his time at Prospect High School, not least of which is his involvement in school sports.
Football, wrestling, and I'm in distance track, and kind of being in football and wrestling and then being in distance track all of a sudden doesn't really make much sense, but my friends are in it, and I love the coach that's in it too, so I have fun with it, and I just like to run long distances too.
Brock also gives his time to leadership development programs like Operation Snowball.
Recently, I've been in Operation Snowball. I've been preparing this year to be a leader at Operation Snowball, where we kind of work with younger students or students of my age to just kind of grow and talk about our feelings together and just kind of grow as a Prospect community.
As he leads a rather full and well-rounded life at Prospect High School, Brock gives credit to all the adults and role models that have supported him along the way.
Growing up in Mount Prospect, there's always so many nice people offering you different opportunities and different things for you can do to make the town a better place, and just different people out there that are looking out for you and making it so you can succeed as much as you can. Mr. Hammerstrom, he was my freshman head football coach, and he just recently retired from teaching at Prospect High School, but he's one of the nicest guys I know, and he just is always so outgoing, and whenever he walks around, it's like everyone can be his friend. He will talk to anyone about anything, always just wants to learn, and he always wants to help people too, and I feel like seeing him at Prospect High School is just a little bit of an inspiration for like, I kind of want to be like that. He's just so outgoing and just wants the best for other people that you're like, I want to be like that.
We asked Brock what advice he could offer to his fellow youth about getting more involved in their community.
Start with something that you like doing, whether you like leading or whether you like medical or whether you like different things like that. Finding the thing to get involved with that matches up with you. And the second thing I can think of is going with their friends. That's always something that I try to do too. Like I try and have my friends come with me. Having friends doing with it can make more enjoyable for you. And I also think maybe it helps you be more efficient, because if you're not bored and you're having fun, you're just out there doing more and just doing more. Yeah.
And the winner of the 2024 Exceptional Youth Award is Brock Wrede.
Congratulations.
And we have Brock Wrede, who just won the Exceptional Youth Award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So you're in high school?
Yes, I'm
And
junior prospect.
terrific. You know what? Tell me why you think that you won this award.
I think the biggest thing is I think I find a way to fill my time at Prospect because I'm in sports, but there's only so much time you can have in a day. And I think I find opportunities like service or things like that to fill my time and just help out Prospect and help the community.
I think it's more of an attitude that you're giving and kind and want to help out the community. That's not necessarily something that's pervasive when you're in high school. So you seem to be mature for your age.
Sure, yeah.
And I mean, not only giving of your time, but I assume that you encourage others, friends, and others to take the mindset that you have and how that spills over onto others.
Yeah, for sure. I'm always like, if I see an opportunity like on the school website or something like that, I'm always go to the group chat to see if my friends can come with and try and convince them and like sign their names up even if they can't go and just try and get a big group because it's funner for me and funner for everyone else if you have a group of friends going.
Well, if I was in high school, I'd want to be friends with you. Can you tell me some of the organizations that you're involved in at the high school?
I'm involved at Service Club, Operation Snowball, it's like a community building thing, and just Associated Student Body as well, just things like that.
Well, that's terrific. Well, thank you for your volunteering, thank you for your time, and good luck. You've got a full body career in front of you. Thank you, Brock.
Thank you very much.
Our next award is a new category for the Shining Stars. It is called the Public Service Award. This award honors an individual who's gone far above and beyond their job duties as one of the exceptional incident or consistent in their line of work. The person embodies the spirit of true public service.
My name is Phyllis Cigrang, and I lived in Mount Prospect for 39 years.
From part-time to full-time, Phyllis grew into an integral part of the Mount Prospect Library staff.
I've worked at the library for over 23 years. It's such a great place to work. I love all the people there. We get along really well. I do administrative work, but I also have a different side of my job which allows me to be creative in my job. I take care of creative crafts to go. I do scavenger hunts for the kids. And I also do sometimes I spy things for the kids. They look in a little box and try to figure out what kind of things I've left in there for them.
Some of Phyllis's creative projects have even taken on a life of their own outside the public library.
This past summer, we had our summer reading program, and it was based around the theme of Eric Carle. And my coworker and I came up with an idea to create a very hungry caterpillar display. So when summer reading was over, we were trying to decide what to do with this big hungry caterpillar that we came up with. And we decided to see if Westbrook School would like to have it. And they did, and it's on display in their library right now.
Through her creative crafts, Phyllis adds a little something special to every child's library visit.
My scavenger hunts are very popular with the children. In fact, sometimes the kids come in multiple times during the week trying to find the pictures that are on the wall. And after they're done, they get a sticker. But it's fun to see them run in and say, "Can I have a scavenger hunt?" And I also like when the patrons come in looking for what the next craft to go is. And in fact, we had one little girl, it was a gingerbread house, and she had come in with hers to show it to us, what she had done after taking it home, which made me feel really good to know that they really appreciate the craft. I love crafting, I love the kids, I love assisting with programs, I love helping out everyone in my department. It's a collaborative effort, and it's just a great place.
The winner of the Public Service Award for 2024, Phyllis Cigrang.
Thank you so much. And we have Phyllis Cigrang, who just won the Public Service Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have heard so much about the Mount Prospect Public Library and the youth services and what you do for that. Can you give me a little idea of what you do and why you do it?
Well, I'm the administrative assistant in the youth department, and I've been there for 24 years. And I, besides the administrative work, I do a lot of crafts on my own, so I brought it into the library and asked if we could do some things different.
Sure.
Started up a Crafts to Go program where the kids get to take a craft home, and it has all the supplies. They get to do that at home. And then I started doing some scavenger hunts where they find pictures around the library and our department, and they love that, just to keep them active and to do other things. And then I started up the I Spy case where they look in there for different objects and count them. And yeah, it's a variety of work. That's what I like about it. It's the job has a lot of variety.
Yeah, it sounds fun for anyone, but most importantly, this just came from inside of you, that you just wanted to have a creative outlet and give to these children.
Yes, I brought it up to my boss a while ago and said, oh, can I try this? Can we try this? And they were very receptive to the idea, so we started it.
And it's really nice to have kids who want to go to the library, who look at that as a positive thing and a place to do all sorts of things with reading and writing and thinking and processing and all of the things that you bring to the youth services department.
Yes, it's great.
Well, Phyllis, thank you so much. Mount Prospect is lucky to have you, and certainly we will look for your friendly, smiling face at the library.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lastly, it is with pride and gratitude that we present the Open Arms Award. This award recognizes an organization or community group that has readily opened its arms and its heart to the underprivileged, lonely, or less fortunate.
Hi, I'm Michael Drelichars. I'm a proud resident of Mount Prospect for the last 33 years.
5 years ago, Grace Lutheran Evangelical Church initiated a special project aimed at serving their neighbors in need.
Back in 2019, our pastor, Dan Schwick, he was a new pastor to our church and was very focused on serving our broader community. So through our discussion, we decided that we wanted to donate more food to the food pantry. And frankly, that's how the Grace Garden was born. We focus solely on produce, so we plant green beans, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, carrots, and recently we've even added pumpkins to our garden. And then we harvest that as they grow. We donate them to local food pantries, primarily Northwest Compass and Wheeling Township. And then we've also donated to a few churches. There's a church in Humboldt Park that we serve, that we support as well, so we provide some produce to them as well.
The newly formed Grace Garden Club took to their project with humble hearts and careful planning, and the result was quite a yield.
I think it's really important nowadays for anyone that can to support their local communities. By nurturing this garden, we've been able to produce more than 2,500 pounds of produce over the last 5 seasons. 2,500 pounds. Organic food. We don't use a lot of pesticides and things of that nature in our garden. This is really healthy food that really goes to the core of helping the community be healthier. We really want them to thrive, and by eating healthier food, it's better for everybody.
The club uses their garden not just to provide for others, but also to educate about sustainable living.
So a few years ago, we launched an expo called Living Green, where we invite local vendors. Lurvy's Garden Supply is one of them that participates along with many others. And they participate with us, and we serve the community by educating them on how to live more sustainably. So a wide range of topics discussed there. And of course, our garden is one of the discussions.
Mike credits the garden's success to the support and care between the members of his church.
Grace Lutheran Church is a small community church, very focused, really dynamite relationships amongst each other. We have just a really good group of active members in our congregation. And one of our mottos at Grace is God's work, our hands. Sometimes our hands get pretty dirty, but we're doing God's work, helping the community.
It is my honor to present the winner of the 2024 Open Arms Award to the Grace Lutheran Church Garden Club.
And we have the winners of the Open Arms Award from the Grace Lutheran Church, and we've got Dan and Michael. It is so great to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We're so thrilled with everything that you've done, and I'm hoping that you can give us a little idea of all the donation to the local food pantries and how you even came up with this, and what a wonderful, passionate job that this is.
We really came about this as a way to serve the community better.
Yeah.
We've always done food pantry donations, but by growing fresh produce, we thought that was even better than frankly, than store-bought items.
In addition, we have land that wasn't being used. It was just being used for grass, and we plowed it up, and we started planting crops and distributing it to our neighbors.
So how did you learn how to do this? Was this just self-taught and you just came up with this idea? Because this seems like it would take hours and hours of time and research and dedication.
It does take a lot of time to nurture prepare the soil, plant the plants and the seeds, and then obviously weed it and water it and harvest it. But we have a really dedicated group of folks at the church that all have experience in our own gardens, done things like this before. And so we just use our knowledge that we've gained through life.
Yeah.
And it's also been trial by error. And
Absolutely.
all of a sudden, when we give produce to the pantries, they may say, oh, next year, can you give us something slightly different? And we learn from who we give to as well.
Sure. Do you actually know the particular groups of people that you give it to?
Sure.
Yeah, we donate to Northwest Compass and Wheeling Township primarily. We also support a church in Humboldt Park that we donate to as well. So we do what we can for the local community.
Well, how wonderful it is that you're able to donate local produce rather than, a canned food drive is very nice, but you're actually growing, making, and distributing all of this. So how wonderful that is.
And then we also let our kids, our preschool, come out and help, and they learn as well in that whole cycle of growing.
Well, we thank you for everything that you give and for your time, and we congratulate you on being a shining star here in Mount Prospect.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that concludes the award ceremony for 2024-2025 Shining Stars. How about a round of applause for our team? It takes a village. Thank you, the Village of Mount Prospect, my fellow volunteers on the Special Events Commission, and for all the hard work on making tonight come together. We want to recognize our gold sponsors who bring this together for us: HQ Residences, the Mount Prospect Lions Club, Nicholas and Associates, and Peterson Roofing. Thank you for your generosity and continued support of this joyous occasion. Thank you as well to our silver and bronze sponsors. They are located on your program. Do business in Mount Prospect. Thank you so much.